It's a Vishnu Hullabaloo. Welcome back to Persona 1. And today we dust off Sebec once and for all.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know.
We've been 3 parts into this damn place.
Well, I spent 3 parts too long, so that was my fault. So now we gotta go all the way back up here, back up the stairs moonwalking.
So what else is left after we've taken care of Guido?
We gotta go
not
hunt.
Guido, Tiny.
We gotta hunt down Guido.
We gotta hunt down Guido, so he's still in the building?
Yeah, he ran out the back door.
Pay no attention to the feet behind the curtains.
Yeah, don't you remember? We pressed a button, it slid open the back panel, and then we just ran out the door, and then he ran out. Meanwhile, these here are Pyrojacks, or Jackos in this game.
Jackos.
Yeah, another fairy-type monster. These fuckers specialize in fire. Oh, however, unlike most AI, these guys love to spam Miragi or Fireall, which will really fucking hurt at this stage considering what they can do. Oh.
Well, apparently you're a higher level than it, and you got its spell card pretty easily, actually.
Yeah, like I said, once you know what exactly gets them interested, barring lunar phase or some other fuck-up you made in your negotiations, you can easily get the card, no problem.
Yeah.
Ah, Sebec Industries. I can't help but look at the white lights and think I'm gonna get abducted.
After you get a surgery.
Aliens. Shit, Guido had a fucking alien.
What? Oh, yeah,
Guido's
the Persona, yeah.
Yeah, and the Arlothotep.
We're back in the wooden door. We're going back in the same room?
Yeah, you told me to go back out to save. There's a save point the other way. No shit, Nate. Meanwhile, I go in here and I try to look at something here I think I need. Yes, I wanted to double check to be sure I had the Pentagon from the casino before I left. If you can get that item later in the game, but by the time you can, that persona is really of no use to you.
Really?
Yeah, it makes a level 23 persona. The next time you're able to see the Pentagon up for sale is like when you're at level 40 something.
Huh. So we're heading into the basement. Where do you get a car? Oh, no, never mind.
Car? Ooh. Welcome to the Sebec basement with spooky music.
Which I can barely hear. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Ow! Damn it, I bet Maki put that there.
The treasure chest cough blood. You take damage.
Shit, better not than the fucking Reaper chests.
Are they all damage boxes?
No. Even if they do damage you, they don't hit you for crap.
Yeah, you said that.
Hey, a Tanto!
What the hell is a Tanto?
It's a short little Japanese sword.
It's a nice little Mexican dish.
Or it could be Native American.
Tanto.
Yes, we know it's T-O-N-T-O. Shut up in the comments. Anyway.
Matt, you're only provoking them.
I won't stop them.
Hey, YouTube comments. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, you went and did it.
So Mark takes a surprising turn in nihilism, going, you know what, if I die, so what? But I hate to think my mom's going to grieve over it, so why am I here?
Philadelphia, I am impressed. 3 LPs in a row, and we got a fucking ambulance in all of them.
God damn, really?
It's tiny, and it's 4 men.
Yeah, we called the ambulance for Tiny.
Alright, suddenly we got velvet walls and a self-destruct sequence.
Velvet? It's a flashing red wall. In other words, it's supposed to signify high alert. New enemies. Gandharvas and Yomotsu Shikomes. Or in this game, Cyrus and Sacrifice.
In this game, Jeff.
So anyway, Jeff over there, he has a funny little spell called Waltz, which creates a little musical solo for no reason. Does lightning magic. It could technically put you under guild status, but he's no threat. The other one, Yomotsu Shikome, is our first Fem demon. Fem monsters are all female, duh, and I missed by the way. They're all female. They're basically weak to the tier 1 magics. They tend to reflect blast.
The hell?
Waltz. That casts guilt on you.
That was so distracting, Matt lost track of his thoughts.
Anyway, that move Waltz casts guilt on you. Because, you know, if I had to watch a fucking Waltz, I feel pretty bad about myself, too.
The dance of the guilty pleasure?
What was I saying? The Fems. Most of them are pretty much armed with a very good variety of magical spells, but mostly tier 2 stuff, like gravity, flash, blast, lightning, shit like that.
Yeah.
They're also very weak to the tier 1 magics, as I said earlier, so you can just pummel the fuck out of them and be on your way.
So obviously your personas have changed a bit
Yeah.
since we first began, and So, what exactly... Who's rocking what now?
Now we're technically rocking the same persona we had since the tiny boss battle. She's rocking Virgo, which is a good healer, but you gotta use very weak cards to make her.
Yeah.
I used a Pixie and a Muscat to make her. Mark there is rocking Urvashi here in this game 1 by 1, or 1 times 1 or something, I don't fucking know. I used a Evil Dark Fusion. I think it was the Wraith and a Ghost monster that helped me get the spell Mudo on her for Holy Light monsters. He's still got Ergotlam, which I made from the earlier part, and the guys there are still rocking Mukosh.
Later on, as we go along this LP, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to be cutting out Velvet Room visits because that requires Mac to backtrack a bit. Although a lot of locations have their own Velvet Rooms, though, as I noticed.
By and large, yeah, but later dungeons won't.
So what we're going to be doing from later down the road is we're going to be editing out even Velvet Room trips, and Matt will just fill you in on what exactly he made by combining what materials.
By and large, if I can remember that, but ultimately...
Yeah, if I care.
I would like to try to show off Velvet Room visits if I actually fuse something.
Yeah.
Because that way, when I do, you at least know how the hell I came to my conclusions when I fused up. Dr. Nicholas tried to stop the Guido, and the Guido was like, hey!
But the Guido won't have any of that.
Yeah. He was like, son, you come with me, Dr. Nicholas, in my path toward human conquest, or it's gonna be 5 in the fucking eyes. Ah, Dark Labyrinth.
What the hell? Now I'm running through a barcode. What's going on?
Just every once in a blue, the labyrinths, in terms of trying to make things a little more painful.
Yeah.
Will absolutely black out the senses, so you gotta rely on your map and the upper left radar. It's not as bad as you think it is. New one, I think I told you about the dev chefs and the Hanyas in the last part. So
yeah,
now we're gonna talk to the sacrifice.
And the aerobic instructor over there that we already experienced, but obviously since we've seen these enemies before, that must mean we're getting a spell card.
Yes.
Or at the very least a magic stone.
I hope, God forbid, no.
Or $20.
Hey, $20 goes a long way in this world.
Hey man, that's 2 pizzas.
2 visas.
2 pizzas.
Nowadays it's like 1. That's a goddamn shame.
Yeah, inflation.
Now I gotta pay a fucking fat tax.
So wasting time would be the equivalent of doing the worm with both arms?
Pretty much. Already at the monkey.
Huh.
I can totally see her doing the monkey.
What a story, Mary.
I can't imagine that being a real productive. I can't imagine that being a real productive conversation method. You just waste the demon's time, and the demon's like holding his fucking spirit in your face. I'm on, bitch. Get out. Pick it up. Let's go. Boink.
Here's a question. When enemies obviously tell you, like, fusing with a persona both strong and beautiful, is that usually just flavor text, or is that some sort of...
It can be a kind of a clue.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's competent cluing, but it's a 50-50 kind of thing.
Yeah,
For example, remember when I told you that the Babe and the Cromwell Karak can fuse into a very powerful persona known as Iuda? Or
yeah.
It's Iuda in this game. It's Ildanok normally. Ildana.
There.
Or normally Ildana. The problem is, however, is that Ildana's fusion can actually result in something called a Jellyman persona. Or Dead persona, which is a nice way of saying busted stats. You'd never want a Jellyman. So then in a way, when it says it curses you if you fuse it with weirdos, that's kind of the way, that's not the way you would think it would go.
So what exactly is setting off the alarm? Like, what are we...
Us. Actually, no, it's the Davis system starting to work is really what it is.
Oh. So it's like an intruder alert kind of thing?
Yeah. No, it's more like all personnel take your positions kind of alarm.
Put your head between your knees and kiss her ass goodbye.
If you were born in the 60s, feel free to hand under the tables. Is everything told up and ready to go, Dr. Nicholas? Stop the machine now and amend your evil deeds! That's why I built it for you! Because goddamn I needed a paycheck!
What's going on? So what is the deal?
He's a sadist with a god complex.
Well, obviously that, but I mean, what is the machine? What does it do?
The machine... Oh, crap. You know what? Right now, my mind is drawing a blank.
What does this button do?
It's plot machine.
Okay, that's all you gotta tell me.
Well, for now. I want to say that I'm trying to hide a huge spoiler from you, but it's actually a machine capable of interdimensional travel.
I like how it's a fucking boss trait that I hate, or at least evil guy trait. Hey, oh, I'm surprised you managed to defeat Tiny. He was always weak to begin with. The fuck you! You wouldn't have hired him in the first place if you thought he was weak.
96, dude. Like I said, I didn't give two shits and a fuck about it then. I don't give two shits and a fuck about it now. He didn't seem to think anything of Tiny. Why should I?
You have 4 dance ensemblers.
So he can't do the. So what? So what? You have 4 dance ensemblers, all with Uzis, trying to shoot me. Adios, asshole. What's this? The game is coming to an end.
He's tapping into his inner William Shatner.
Apparently, Nicholas actually sabotaged the machine to try to take him and Guido out. Damn, that's racist every time I see Guido like that.
So he pretty much tricked Guido into going into the sabotage machine in an attempt to assassinate him, pretty much.
Yeah. However, we now have a crisis of conscience. Do we save the doctor and try to get Guido later, or do we let the whole machine blow up now and accelerate the process of saving the world?
So wait a minute. So we actually have a choice here.
Yeah. Either you listen to Nate, accelerate the machine, and kill them both, or you listen to Mark, save the doctor's life, and hunt down Guido later. Mary apparently knows all about this machine. Oh, we'll find out why later.
I sense time travel.
Oh, damn, you would be wise beyond your years. Anyway, Nate is usually the cold pragmatist of the group. In other words, if there's anybody who thinks being an asshole is being the right way to go about life...
The adult decision is the cruel decision,
yeah,
as you mentioned earlier.
Right.
What choice will you be making?
I'll be pressing the red button.
Which does?
Eventually I'll be pressing the red button. I remember now, I had to scratch my...
Which one gives me the boat and which one gives me the car?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the tiger by the toe. If it hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, yo.
Alright, seriously, what did you do?
I pressed the red button. It doesn't matter if you press the... You have to press the red button because it's the morally correct choice to make. Either way, it doesn't fucking stop anything because, Christ's sake, we're not done yet.
I know, and obviously... I know something's gotta happen if we do one or the other. Oh, okay.
And now,
apparently Guido and Nicholas have fused into a girl.
Would you be surprised? You know what? If having played Persona 2, I would fucking totally buy that. What kind of fusion dance do you think they did? Do you think they did the Dragon Ball Z kind of fusion dance?
They fucked up.
Yeah.
They fused their pinkies, not their index fingers.
Shit, that's what happens when you do the wrong one. So now we're going to her world.
Wait, did Guido just speak out of the girl's voice?
No, the Guido spoke from inside the machine.
Oh.
I don't really think that the machine is that small. It sure as hell don't fucking look that small. Oops.
So wait a minute, are you telling me that it doesn't matter what button we pressed?
Nope. Basically, it was to test to see whether or not what kind of a person you are. Are you a good person or are you a dick? Woo! I will admit that did look a lot better in the PSP version.
I never got that far in the PSP version, I wouldn't know.
You know, man,
I'd be a lot more 60s. In mono.
This is a lovely ambient piece that is nowhere in the PSP version. I fucking love this piece to death.
I haven't seen something like that since the Terminator came to our world.
I'll talk about this musical piece right here.
This one is playing right now?
Yeah.
Right.
It's nowhere in the PSP version.
Oh, they fell hard.
Oh. Yeah, they triggered their death animations. It looks like he got hit by a freaking cartoon piano.
So where are we?
I have no idea. It's like, we're at the square, or it looks like a gymnasium of sorts.
Anybody gonna help me up? No, let him stay at that for a little bit.
Oh!
My fucking face.
Amazingly, his glasses made it through just fine.
It's like, it looked like he landed pretty hard. His fucking
face. Hey you! You're alive! Indeed.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, Mark points out it's our school gym, but our gym was remodeled, according to everything we've heard about in the game so far. So apparently we might have gone back in time.
Gone back in time? Or a parallel dimension?
Nah, according to this, we seem to be at a... it's right now, it seems to be time. I mean...
Wait, so, refresh my memory. You said earlier in the game, like in the beginning of the game, actually, when we're still in the school, the gym was remodeled?
Yeah.
Into...
I never showed it off.
You never showed it. Okay, that's why I'm confused.
Anyway, now Nate keeps pointing out that we all thought something was weird about... something was off about Mary, but... we never acted on it because, fuck, she had a persona, she did healing magic. Welcome aboard. Mark has long resentment for Bruce. Apparently, Bruce was originally Mary's girlfriend, who then chose to fall in love with Selena and left Mary. And apparently it bugged Mark out because of how Bruce went and did it.
Well, that's because Mark has feelings for Mary, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But
how dare you dump my ex-girlfriend?
No, Mark and Mary were never girlfriends.
Oh,
but
okay.
Mark, even if Mark can't be a girlfriend to Mary, Mark would be happy to be just a friend.
Or like a sister or a brother.
I mean, don't make no mistake. If Mark gets the chance, he will plow her. But if he has to take the role of best friend or brother, so be it. Oops. Yeah, they also gave these girls private rooms to dress in, so now apparently we are now peeping Toms.
This is not exactly a dressing room.
No. They just hide behind there because they think that they could dress back there in peace. It's sort of like common courtesy rules.
Right. Yeah, but still, though, if it's not a room that you dress in, people have the right to just walk in.
Right.
Unless you put a sign on the door that says,
Right.
obviously we're changing.
They probably did and we just didn't see it.
I see.
By the way, I liked how my character hid behind the black curtain so that we actually didn't get caught for being peepers. And we just sent this student into a fucking psychotic break because he just saw 4 kids fall out of a damn hole in the middle of the gymnasium.
His underwear was originally white.
No hole.
Yeah, you're right. 46 days without a Kool-Aid
Mark,
Man
what do you think
incident.
about the situation?
There's no hole here.
Thanks, Mark. He does have some weird... He has some really big fucking lips.
This
Mark.
place has gone 46 days without a Kool-Aid Man incident. A new record.
And then there's the monster based off the Kool-Aid Man who just breaks it down. Oh, yeah!
So we're back in the school.
Yes. My god. The school has different music, too. Sounds a lot more... It kind of sounds like 90210 meets Supernatural. You never watched...
Is it a riff on the same melody, or...
It's, No, it's a completely different melody. If it's the similar melody, I don't hear it. Let's try to get the fuck out of here. Oh, Mary and Bruce. Huh? I mean, while they go and talk to Yuki, I'm gonna go look at shoes. Hey, you has his priorities ass backwards. So now, we try to catch Yukino up on the bee's knees on the good news, but apparently Yuki has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. You were there too! Eh?
So, wait, is this like a combination of we traveled through time and like in a... Or a time obviously might have changed. Somebody tinkering with the past?
It's, well, we'll have to find Mary to let her explain that to you. Meanwhile, where the hell is she? We have to go to the room. Thankfully, I know where the hell it is dead offhand. Otherwise, we'd be going through every fucking classroom.
You know, I know some people might find it weird that I'm still questioning Matt about all this shit, considering I'm the one that edits up the footage. But ladies and gentlemen, I skim through that shit and edit out battles, and that's about it.
Right.
I edit up the parts and I export them, and I will actually watch them right now as we're commentating.
Anyway, yes, this is another world. However, there's also a big question that's still looming around our minds. Particularly, why the hell does this place look like our world a year ago? It's just like our world, except the police station is now a forest, and the hospital's a castle, and there's a big black bar separating the west side of town and the east side of town. Why is that the case? We'll have to find out. Later.
You said a big black bar?
Yeah, like a big black barrier.
Oh, okay.
Thick one, too. We're talking like one of those pool curtains you usually see to cover up the pools.
So we're in a parallel world.
Apparently, Mary fell asleep in a classroom and found herself in another world.
God
bad
damn.
luck.
That transcends deep sleep.
Well, that's her fault for being pen pals with Cecil Harvey.
So, hold on, but this brings up another question. Parallel world. Are there parallel equivalents?
Yes. We just met parallel equivalent Yukino.
Is Mark White in this parallel world?
No, we don't. Actually, we don't meet parallel world Mark. It's heavily implied we meet. There are other selves like these guys here.
Yeah.
There's one for Nate, Mark, Yuki, Brad, Ellen, and Elena. She will destroy our school by eliminating our exits. Well, fuck. Why can't we just jump out one of those windows?
It's like the windows are still there.
Bruce screamed like a little bitch. And now we have to make our way through the school now.
Actually, it could be like that. Could be she could be the little girl could be approaching this sort
Yeah,
of
I
like the Matrix.
Facetious, Johnny.
Yeah.
Anyway. Now that we got Mary back, let's try to get through the school. Interestingly enough, a lot of the school monsters are themed off of school characteristics. Like the ogres are the brutes or the bullies, the toilet kids are the nerds. Actually no, the Two-Face are the owls are the geeks or the pets. The Lilim are the high school sweethearts. The Sacrifice is one of those little preppy girls, I guess, something like that. They're all school themed. You can even fight higher level monsters here than you should, like the Anatomy, which is a level 32 foul monster, but he goes down real easily. Hanako, a stronger level 25 toilet monster that kicks my ass. And the Karen, which is supposed to be Carrie from Stephen King novel at level 20.
Well, I don't see any school things. Oh, I see Jeff, and I see
these ones here are Rusalkas. Get their card, because getting hit with Mabufula at this stage in the game really fucking hurts.
For you or the enemy?
Us.
Okay.
Mabufula is tier 2. In other words, after that, you gotta go up to Bufudine, which is tier 3.
Bufu Dufu. I'm sorry, I hate that name.
Rufu Bufu.
Barely off of Bufu on my Bufu.
It's actually Sanskrit, so to speak. Ooh, a Topaz.
What's Oh, it's a spell card.
No, she gave us a gem too. Topaz.
She gave us a spell card and a Topaz.
Yeah.
Huh.
Materials like that you generally trade in the store, or you use to alternate your Totema fusions. I'll have to explain that bit when we get back into the Velvet Room again, because there's still a few tidbits of fusion tutorial I need to talk about.
So many variables with fusion.
It seems like until you do a bit of research on it.
I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near as intricate or fucking.
It's easier than I'm making it sound.
Yes.
It's something you do for yourself, and it's easy. Kind of like computers. Anyway. One thing I should teach you right here about fusion. One of the more important advanced tactics of fusion summoning is not so much what your materials are to combine into a new persona, but the quality of your materials. For example, if I were to fuse two different cards, I get a up arrow fusion for, let's say, Crosscut here, for example. Crosscut will learn a new ability based off of the two cards that I put in there. But what if I alter the two cards that come out to the same fusion? For example, I fuse two higher leveled cards and get something like a stronger spell, and then I just throw in like a gem to knock it down to Crosscut. I can easily get like a powerful tier 3 spell on a level 18 persona, so to speak. So what matters most is not only the cards you put into the fusion, but the quality of the spells themselves. Anyway, now that Mark's strong enough to use Vortec, and I check my Sumi here. Sumi's an excellent female persona. Like, really fucking good. That's why I delete it and then make a stronger one later. I'm not kidding. I prematurely made that one.
Can I ask, though, what is the difference between... Well, obviously, I know what self-service is, but what's full service?
Full service does away with the whole fusion chart shit. In other words, you can't tell what... All they do is, like, they give you... Okay, here's your persona. Here's the end result. These two cards will make it. Go right through. But you can't judge for yourself exactly the strength and potency of each fusion.
Yeah.
So, in other words, if I were to go into a Sumi fusion... I know that DD and EM, I'm just using the term in this game, ladies and gentlemen, Jiraiya Jockey.
Yeah, the initials, yeah.
Yeah. I know that going into the fusion, and if I know that going into the full service, and I fuse them up, I'll still gain that bonus. But it's easier for me to tell that in self-service. Mrs. Smith is now a depressed wreck. And Dr. Beverly is... Dr. Beverly.
Oh, at least we still have Augustus trees here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go take a piss on the tree later. Or now.
Maybe some shit the tree caught on fire.
Or it's up into the void. Can you imagine that? Save your game, and it saves you.
I don't think X-Death will rock purple leaves.
Oh, don't you?
Oh, but then again...
Are you familiar with what the hell Are you familiar with the current Square Enix in charge right now?
Well, no, actually, I was going to bring up Neo X-Death was kind of a colorful clusterfuck.
Well, Neo X Death is a clusterfuck to begin with.
Yeah, but in terms of a color, it rapes my eyes.
Rapes my eyes? That's kind of strong. You mean the Final Fantasy V actually pops out of its GBA console and just fucks you in the goddamn eye?
Yeah, you can say that, actually.
Ow! My eyes! Anyway, now you have to go through these little pathways, so to speak. If you go inside one door, you come out of another one, no problem. There's really no real way to get lost in these, so to speak, but the demons can fuck your shit up pretty hard if you give them the chance. It's also recommended to come here with fire magic, which I didn't.
So, we saw the doctors earlier. That was that. Were you just there to save, or were you learning anything new?
Oh, it's just in there to save, really.
So
You could go there to heal up, too, from Dr. Beverly.
Okay, so you can't get stuck in here.
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, well, anyway, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow for part 8 of the Persona Let's Play.